Hi, I'm Safer Beaver Brooks, and I'm the British Tech Guru. Now, I don't know about you, but I do quite a bit of driving as part of my job. And, they'll say, go here or go there, do this, do that. And they usually give me a route description, which is basically just a sheet of paper with a list of turns and streets. And I follow that, and that gets me to where I'm going. And that works. Now, why not use GPS, you say? Well, I can tell you exactly why not to use GPS. Now, if I relied on GPS, I would get lost so many times and so many ways. And I remember I was down in Florida one time, and that time I was relying on GPS, and the GPS map, I think that might have been a Garmin or something like that, or a TomTom, something like that. The GPS map had the exit of the interstate on the left, whereas in actual fact it was on the right. And then after that, all the other directions that the GPS had were completely and utterly wrong because everything was backwards. So that was a little bit of an annoyance. Now, another time I'm driving along and the GPS says, turn left, and there's no road. The road is closed. And there's a road a little bit further on, which is not on the GPS. Okay, so that's it with the Garmin TomTom nonsense, Magellan nonsense, because they have their maps and they're never updated. You can say, it's all very good to say, oh, you should update your map. No, that's not what most people do. Most people just put the damn thing on their dashboard, forget about it, and then it leads them up the wrong street. Anyway, that's the problem with those all-in-one GPS units. Now, there are some that are constantly updated, like the Google Maps thing. Oh yeah, wonderful. Except you've got 3 limitations there. Number 1, cell signal. Can you get a cell signal? Because I know quite a few areas where I can't get a cell signal, and it doesn't matter what service you're on. You're on Verizon, you're on T-Mobile, you're on Sprint, on AT&T. It doesn't matter. If you can't get the signal, then you're not going to be able to download the directions or get your GPS thingy to work. Okay, well, what about the other 2 problems? Well, the other problem is that sometimes you can't get a GPS fix. Now, the GPS signal is very weak, and it comes straight from the satellite. It is very easy for somebody to jam that accidentally or on purpose. And I've been driving along the interstate, and the GPS signal has just dropped out totally. And I've not found GPS for 10 miles, by which time I could have well missed my turning. So that's the other problem. Now, the last problem is more interesting, and that is the fact that Google's directions are not always right. And that can be a pain in the neck. Now, for example, the other day I was out and I was driving, had to go to an address, I won't say where, I had to go to an address, and I knew it was a tarmac road. I knew it was a paved road. And the GPS took me off a paved road, along a dirt track, and then it said, you're here, and showed me that I had to walk the next however far, and it said, stop here, walk. Well, I was in the middle of a single track dirt track, with hedges, thick hedges on both sides, or thick vegetation on both sides, and God knows what else in the field on my left that I was supposed to be walking through. And I knew this address was on a paved road. Well, the GPS, Google, had led me on a fool's errand there. Well, the only reason I'd used Google was because I'd misread the route description and ended up in a totally wrong place and had to use Google to get myself back. And then I thought, oh yeah, let me be clever. Let me just use the GPS to find where I am and get me to where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, right. So it got me to completely the wrong place. So yeah, don't trust GPS. In the end, to get myself out of that predicament, I had to drive on along the dirt track until I found a crossroad. And because I don't have a map in the car, or a map in the work vehicle, actually, not the car, because I don't have a map in the work vehicle, I had to sit down, stop at that road junction, call the office on my phone and say, okay, I'm at this road junction, I've got this road to my left, this road in front of me, this road behind me. Which way do I go? Well, apart from looking like a prize idiot, that is not how it should be. That is not how GPS should work. And in fact, that just tells you how bloody unreliable GPS is. Everybody's relying on it, and it's garbage. It really is. When you need it, it will let you down. Get yourself a map, get yourself a compass, and that's the problem. The gas stations have all stopped selling maps. So where do you get maps these days? And all the bookstores have closed down. Where do you get the sodding maps? You need maps. And of course, the vast majority of the travelling public are the kind of fool that will rely on GPS for everything. And it doesn't always work. It'll get you lost really quickly and get you into some horrible predicaments. So don't use GPS, get yourself a paper map if you can find someone that sells paper maps. And this has been me, Zay, for Beeble Brooks, the British Tech Guru.